You ever start working on one project and end up having to work on another? That's kind of the case here. I found out that I've got an issue with my vehicle. It sits for most of the year and then I use it during trailer season. And it's got a charging issue. Batteries are going dead on me. I don't know if it's a parasitic draw or what. And what I was working on before my plans changed was my freshwater tank. I need to replace it because the tank is split. If you look really closely, you can see it.
That's the culprit right there.
Buckle up for safety as I give you a day in the life of facilities maintenance.
Hey there. So I've got a weird problem with my truck. First of all, it seems to have a parasitic drain where I can run the vehicle with 2 fully charged batteries and then a few days later I can't start it.
So I'm going to start with a static no-load test to see what kind of voltage I have on this battery. 12.71. And this is my 2-aught lead interlinking the 2 batteries. They're basically connected in parallel. And let's move over to the other side and see what that battery reads. And if you're wondering why you're hearing a voiceover as opposed to the original narration, there was so much wind noise that I had to just delete it. It's checking this one now, and we are showing 12.73, so pretty much exactly the same as the other side.
So I'm going to try something a little different here now. I'm not getting enough voltage to start the truck, so I'm going to put a battery charger on there. I'm going to put it on this battery and see if the voltage on that battery comes up while I'm charging this battery. Over time it should raise the level of both batteries, but if there's a problem somewhere with this big cable running between the 2 batteries, my positive cable, that should show up if that battery does not go up in voltage while I'm charging this battery. Yeah, I'm thinking correctly, right? Please feel free to comment on this. I'd love to try and figure out what the problem is. Once I get this sorted out, I'm going to have to look into whatever that parasitic drain is. But that's next steps. Okay, I've got the battery charger hooked up. According to the battery charger, it's low. I will bump up the amperage to 12 amps. Let that run for a while. And like I said, I've got the battery charging terminals on this battery over here. I've taken a static reading off of this one previously, so I'm going to give it some time. And they were both really close previously. Give it some time and then I'll take another reading off of this battery over here. In fact, maybe I'll go eat lunch. That seems like a good idea. It's been a couple hours. Battery chargers brought the batteries up to what it is saying, 90%, or at least that one over there. So this battery should read a fairly high voltage. This one is now showing 13.2.
So it has come up a little bit from its original 12.7-ish.
Yeah, seems to be holding right there. Let's check the other side. $12.75. So this side has not moved. So what that means is I have got a problem or an issue with my cable, this one here, that is running all the way along here to this battery here.
I suspect the issue is with the battery terminals and or the wire terminations themselves. I'm going to try one more thing. What you are seeing in real time are the wheels turning in my brain as I am realizing that the alternator charges the battery on the right passenger side while the starter draws from the battery on the left driver's side. And if the interconnection is not working right, that's going to create some issues.
I wonder if I can start it now, even though I've had a charger on it, but this battery did not come up in voltage. So I wonder if it'll still not start for me. I'm gonna try it. Well, it started pretty easily actually. I don't know, maybe there isn't really a parasitic draw after all. Or if there is, that's going to be the next thing to start checking after I sort out this issue here, because that's definitely a problem. My guess is that it's probably at this connection here. Vehicle is running, but I'm only showing 12.14 volts. You would think the alternator is not working, but here is a further example of what I'm talking about here with this positive cable connecting both batteries, not really connecting both batteries. .03. So my alternator is putting out lots of power. The alternator is located right down here. It's only getting to this battery. It's not getting over there. So my problem is this cable that's interconnecting the two batteries. I don't know if I've conclusively solved anything yet at this point, but I did learn a few things, and I'm gonna go make those repairs, and hopefully I can put this issue to bed. Thanks for watching. See you next time.